So hello everyone, welcome to my channel Ade Best Predict, the channel that gives you guys the best correct score prediction, betting strategy and betting prediction. In today's video, I'm going to put you guys through the process of how to make use of the home or away betting strategy. Actually, if you have been following us on this particular channel, you are going to realize that this particular home or away strategy is the current strategy that is trending right now. What do you mean by the home or away strategy? It is a kind of a betting market that deals with predicting a match that will surely end up in either the home team won the game or the away team win the game. The only thing that can make the particular game to lost is when the match ended up in straight draw. Actually, in my last two videos, I posted how this particular strategy works, but some people have been disturbing me on for showing them the process of how I make use of this strategy. Actually, betting sometimes is always based on luck, and there is no strategy that is always 100%. So this is a 4 odd tickets. I predicted 400 odd tickets. I predicted the other time that you guys saw and you were amazed about it, but eventually and unfortunately a few games, like 4 games, caught it. So you can see everything is home or away, and most of it ended up in a 1 goal difference, and some ended up in a very large game difference, but unfortunately few of the game lost. So betting is not always 100%, and no strategy is always 100%. So you can see this particular match of Al Fahar and Al Ittihad. This particular game is under the Saudi Arabian League, and it ended up in 0-0. So that is how the home or away works. So 4 games caught this particular ticket, but I eventually won a game using this particular strategy with others. But in today's video, I'm going to put you guys through the process of how to make use of this particular strategy. So, but before we dive into this particular strategy, I would like to show you another ticket which I predicted, which is just 21 odds. Also, because no strategies always have the ultimate outcome of it, so there's no way you can make use of a strategy and every time you'll be winning. This is betting. But I decided to find a solution to how to improve this particular strategy by giving it further research. So for this particular ticket, I mixed different strategy in it, which are basketball over points, and the home or away, the handicap, the over 0.5 and the over 1.5. So the composition of this particular ticket, it involves so many strategies, and that's how the game eventually come into success. But without wasting much of our time, I'm going to put you guys through the process of predicting the home or away. So if you are just joining us in this particular channel, kindly make sure that you stay with us to the end of this video, because this particular strategy is a kind of strategy I don't give out so easily like that, because I don't like things to be casting to the hands of these bookmakers, but for it to cast, it can affect the market and the odds, and it won't be for it is for our own good. So now let us start by going into the statistics of some of our games. So guys, right now I'm going to pick a particular match under the England League, so most especially, or let me say particularly, under the England League 2. So right now I'll be picking the match between Barrow AFC and North County. So the first thing you need to do, as you know, that whenever you want to predict a particular match, everything you need to check on is check the statistics of the game. So right now I'm going to check the statistics, and I'm going to check their head-to-head. Their head-to-head means the previous last matches they've been playing with other teams, and the previous last matches they've played with each other. So right now there are 2 things I usually look into: the form and also the goals. But before I move on, there is one thing about this particular strategy, and the reason I've decided to post this particular strategy online is because so many people has been disturbing me concerning the release of the process, and I think it is high time I release it to you. So, but the only thing you may not be getting is the update, because no strategy is staying static. Anything that involves human activities requires it changes and it is dynamic. So update needs to be made on it. So that's the only thing you need concerning this particular strategy. So there are three things you need to look into: the form, the goals scored by these teams, and their previous meeting with each others. One thing you also need to notice is that you have to make sure that the team you want to predict your home or away prediction on, make sure that in their last previous games they don't usually end up in draw. For example, let us compare the game of Manchester Chelsea FC and Liverpool. If you check their last 5 matches or 6 matches ago, you are going to realize that they've been playing straight draws. So those kind of games, I always run away from it because they can spoil your home or away prediction. So always make sure that you are committed to the use of these particular strategies. So without wasting much of our time in discussion or talks, now let us go into the strategy. So the first thing you need to look into is to look into the form. This is how I do it. I always check the home team form, and I must make sure that their form must be lower than the away team form. For example, in the situation of Barrow FC and North County, you are going to see that the home team has 27% form and the away team has 60% form. So now, this is a perfect game I always make use of by saying that the home team is not in form and the away team is in form. So now the next thing you need to look into is the goal scored by these two teams. And this is where you are going to check it if you are a sports-based user or if you have any other app you use for checking the goal scored. Now, if you look into the last 5 matches of the away team, you are going to realize that in the last match, I think with let me check the name, with Swindon, the away team won by 3-1, and in the match with Colchester, they lost by 5-4, and in the match with Forest Green, they won by 4-3, and in the match with Salford, they won by 2-0, and in the match with Wolverhampton, they lost by 2-1. Now, all you just need to do is calculate the total number of goals they've scored in this particular last 5 matches. So in the last match, they had 3 goals. The second to the last, they had 4 goals. Combine this together is 7. So in the last third match, they had 4 goals again. So add it with the initial 7 goals, that is 11 goals. So we have another match whereby they scored 2-0, and that is 13 goals. And the last match with Wolf, they had just 1 goal, and that is 14 goals in total. So checking the home team goal scored, you can see that in the last match they had just 1 goal. Second to the last, 3 goals, making 4, and the last third match they didn't have any goal. The last fourth match they had just 1 goal. So by combining these goals together, we only have a total number of 5 goals scored in the last 5 matches. But mostly what I do is I always go for a match that has a previous meeting with each other, at least 5 previous meeting with each other. Although these strategies is that it's not like they always came out the way you always want it. As I showed you guys earlier, it's strategy. There's nothing like 100% accuracy in strategy, but at least we always want something that will give us 95 or 99% accuracy in prediction. So now you move on to the last previous meeting of match they've been playing with each other, and you are going to check if they've been playing home or away so far, because their home or away must be more than their straight draws. So because if you are seeing a match that their straight draws is more than the total number of wins a particular side has had, at least you must make sure that Barrow and North County FC wins is very and highly more than the straight draws they've played so far. So that's how the strategy works. So I'm going to make use of another game if I can see right now in this particular league. So right now there is another game here with me, that is Bradford City versus Swindon Town. As you can see, the first segment of this particular match, it's qualified for the analysis of this particular match of prediction of home or away. As you can see, the home team is not really in form and the away team is currently in form. But one thing about this thing is, okay, don't forget it is 3 stages. first the form, second the goals, and third the previous meeting they've had with each other. So now the first stage of the analysis, this particular game meets the requirements, and then moving on to the second stage of checking the total goals scored in each match. I think this particular stage also met the qualification of predicting it as home or away. But okay, let's try and calculate the total goals of the away, in which the away team had in total in their last 5 matches. You can realize that in the last match they just had only 1 goal, and the second to the last match they had just. So in the second to the last match they had just 2 goals, making it 3 goals. In the third match they had 2 goals, whereby they draw, and making it 5 goals. Last fourth match they had 2 goals, making it 7 goals, and the fifth match they had 5 goals, making it 12 goals in the last 5 matches. Also, it is obvious that the away team has more goals than the home team. If you check it very well with the home team, you can see what I'm talking about. So now moving on to the previous meeting they've had with each other. You can realize that this particular aspect did not meet the requirements, because if you check it very well, the win that the away team has is more than the draw. Okay, fine, this one is okay. The Swindon has 10 wins so far in their last previous games, but looking into the win of the home team is very is at the same level with their draw. As you can see here, it's very the same, that is 8-8. So in this kind of games I always avoid it, and checking in their previous meeting, I'm seeing at least 2 draws in the last 5 matches. One ended up in 1-1 and another one ended up in 1-1. So what is the assurance that this particular match might not end up in 2-2 or straight draw of 1-1? So but it can also end up in straight home or away prediction, as we always wanted it. But betting prediction is always based on luck sometimes, and it is based on luck and knowledge, but mostly rely on luck, because you are not the one on pitch playing the game. So right now, this kind of games, if you encountered it, make sure you avoid it. And if you want to risk it, that means you are on your own risk. So that is how it works. The home or away prediction, it is a betting strategy that deals with analysis of serious, let me say a rigorous, it requires rigorous research and further updates. So the update is only for the reason, is the only reason I make contact with some of my audience. There are some of my audience, like, they always get in touch with me in the request of this update, because as no strategies is always static, we always change things every day, because football is changing every day. Players are developing and players' performance are also deteriorating. So anything can affect your prediction. There is nobody that is always 100% perfect. So thanks for watching, and if you want to have more information, or maybe you want to make a request of anything, you can drop it in the comment section. And if you have anything to know more, or you are looking for ways of getting in touch, check our video description, and also text us on our comment section, and we are going to respond to you. So thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video content. Bye.